All right, this is call number 2019-02093 in the interest of Bali Elizabeth Manuel and Joshua Jacob Manuel. I believe before the court is the custodial parent Veneria Manuel and the non-custodial parent Jacob Manuel and the Assistant Attorney General Andrea Perard. We have a suit for modification of support order, motion to confirm support arrearage, and we're having a hearing. Is that correct, Ms. Perard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, the state would offer an evidence stakes exhibit A, which is a true and correct copy of the financial record involved in this case. We have tendered a copy to Ms. Manuel for her review. We cannot tender one to Mr. Manuel since we have no access to email him. But there should have been one attached to his service documents.
All right.
Yeah, I got a statement or whatever it was whenever it came.
All right, that's State's Exhibit A. Do you have any objections of me admitting that into evidence, Mr. Manuel?
Please bear with me. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a guy that's trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong. That's
okay,
it.
Mr. Manuel. Let me tell you about this case. There was a default final decree of divorce back in 2019.
Yes.
I cannot change what it was in that decree. You could have filed something since that time to modify it or whatever, but you didn't do it. That decree is still valid. I can't change it. Whatever's in that decree is what I have to follow. I know what you're complaining about. You're complaining about the amount of child support that you had that you were ordered to pay because supposedly
that's not true. What I'm complaining about is how the child support was
figured. Was figured,
so
right?
Let me say this. I've been through divorce before, and now my current ex-wife was there with me through the whole thing. Child support was figured, and as far as I was instructed, the law has not changed. That it's 3 years of income tax returns that show income added together, divided by 3, and then you get the number for child support. She had all of our income tax whenever she went down to court. We had professed beliefs to each other that we did not believe in divorce. We would never divorce, and I did not go based upon the fact that I still believed that, even though the situation was bad. She went forward and she had all of our records, every income tax, all of it. She had all of it at her disposal, and instead told the court I made $150,000 a year, and they did my child support off of that.
Judge, I'm going to object to relevance.
Hold on. I'm going to let him go ahead and vent if he wants to. But Mr. Manuel, how long have you been incarcerated?
A year and a half.
So when was it? In 2021?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why didn't you appear in court for your decree?
Why did I just explained to you that I was not going based upon the fact that her and I both professed a belief to each other.
Okay.
That we did not believe in divorce.
So you relied on her. You relied on her saying whatever what she said. So you decided I'm not going to go to court because she's going to do it this way, right?
That's what I held to was the beliefs that we professed to each other, and so I didn't go. But
okay,
my question,
big mistake. Whenever you're sued on any type of a case, if you don't go, whatever happens there is going to happen there. I mean, that's very simple. You didn't appear. You didn't. You relied on her, I guess, which is a mistake. Whenever somebody sues you, you rely on the other party to, okay, well, this is what we're going to do or whatever. But the point is that this decree was entered, and I can't change it. And I have to follow what the decree says. I have no power to change the amount that is in, that final decree of divorce. I have no power to change that. All I can do is figure out how much is owed according to that decree, and then reduce your child support to zero. That's all I can do.
Can I agree that the paper you're presenting says those numbers, but not agree that is what I can I agree that the paper you're showing says those numbers without saying that does that hurt me in some way to not be able to rectify that in the future is what I'm asking.
You won't be able to rectify that in the future. There's no
Well,
way that you can change the decree of divorce. There's no way that you can change that.
I have been through the divorce process before with a previous ex-wife, and we were able to come up with an agreement that amended the child support. But that was it. I'm not saying that she will or she won't. I'm saying can I agree that the number you have presented in front of me would stop me from being able to do that in the future?
You can't do that in the future. You don't understand that I cannot change what is owed according to the decree and according to what you've paid. I cannot change that.
I'm not asking you to change that. What I'm asking is if I agree to the fact that the number that you have, that you're quoting the numbers that are presented on that paper, if I agree that those are the numbers on that paper, does that stop me from doing anything in the future? Not today, later on in the future. That's all I'm asking. Do I hurt myself in any future way by agreeing that?
No, because there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay. All right. Well, then I agree.
Do we have that agreed order? All right, so you're continuing then to read the agreed order into the record, Ms. Berard? But you have read the agreed order into the record. So
I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Manuel has just said that he agrees.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Then I believe I pass the witness.
Okay, Miss Manuel, do you have any questions of Mr. Manuel?
No, sir.
All right. Anything further, Ms. Berard?
Nothing further, Your Honor. State rests.